What's going on, guys? Rob A here, and today we're taking a look at Figma number 313, the Black Magician Girl, or Dark Magician Girl, whatever you, whatever you're more familiar with from the Yu-Gi-Oh series. This is the 20th anniversary of Yu-Gi-Oh, so Figma has been putting out a couple of these Yu-Gi-Oh figures in the past couple of years. Last year we did Yu-Gi-Oh himself, and this year we've got the Dark Magician Girl, and I'm personally fond of Dark Magician Girl because it was the first like super rare card that I ever got out of a purchased Yu-Gi-Oh pack, and I was really attached to it because of that reason. So yeah, pretty cool. You can see she comes with a bunch of accessories, which we will go over, including a couple of different faces. She's got a magic book here. She also has new legs that you can use to kind of give her that, that super special little kicky thing going on there, which is neat. So yeah, just kind of general Figma fare, super articulated and all that stuff, and hopefully will go nicely with our Yu-Gi-Oh Figma character. You can see on the sides just some nice cute little poses out of this, just like that and like that, and on the bottom same, and then all that kind of fun stuff. So yeah, without further ado, I don't think there's much more to say. Looks like a neat figure, so let's get her out of the package and see what it's all about right now. Alright guys, and here we have Dark Magician Girl. So real quick, let's put her over here and grab Figma Yugi and just stick him right back here so you guys can see how they look together. So very, very nice together. We'll even stick the Reveltech Dark Magician in there just to kind of get an idea of Yugi and a bunch of monsters surrounding him. And I think they really do look good together. Dark Magician, of course, is a lot darker in color overall, but I still think they kind of work together as a display unit. So we'll just set him off to the back here so we can really focus on Dark Magician Girl here. So she does come with a load of accessories, which I've put in my little Figma bag, and we'll get into those in a moment. But let's check out this book here, and it is just blank on this side. It's just a magic book, and I do apologize if this is a direct reference to a card, and I'm sure it probably is. I just don't remember the name of the card offhand, so I do apologize for that, but you guys watching can sort that out for yourselves. But you can certainly see that it's a very nice and well-detailed book. It's got some just some little smudges, but they come right off. I think that's just from like packaging or something at the factory, but not a problem. But really, really nicely done. Nothing on the inside here, which is fine. Whatever. And it looks really nice. And it comes with this very own display stand. This is on a little ball joint here, so you can kind of move it back and forth however you need. And it's just got a little plug in the bottom, so that's pretty cool. As for Dark Magician Girl herself, she does come with a Figma stand, of course, and with an extra plug tip to get that angle into her back. And we'll get over that in just a moment. I do have one of the switched out legs in there, the bent legs, and the way you change those out, and I will for the sake of most of the review, because it's a lot easier to deal with, because her leg is just kind of stuck in this position while it's in there. I mean, you can move it a little bit like that if you wanted to, but for the most part it's going to be just stuck like that. So all you really do is just pull it right off of the ball joint like so, and we'll grab her proper leg out of here, because you can certainly get a lot of nice poses with the legs just as they are, and I'll show you that real quickly. So this is the normal leg, and it can go that far back, but there is that kind of Figma joint in the front, so that's probably why they decided to go with sort of this other alternative option. And it's really easy. It's just got a pin. You just stick the foot piece right onto there, and that's easy enough. We'll put that off to the side. There's a little cuff that does tend to fall off, so we just got to put this back on here. Plug this all back together. There you go. And then just shove her leg back on. Alright. And here is Dark Magician Girl, and she can stand on her own. Yep, and the book can also stand on its own most of the time. So yeah, obviously it's a Figma. It's going to be superposable. You got a lot going on here, so we'll kind of start at the top. So her head is on a ball joint, and it is on like a pin and stalk sort of ball joint thing going on here. So you get a decent amount of articulation. It can be blocked a little bit by her hair. Her hat does come off and can be rather tricky to actually get back on because it's got a little square peg in the top here that goes into the back of her hair. But since that's all kind of covered over, you can't really see where it is, so you're not sure if you're lining it up quite correctly, and it can be kind of a pain to get that on. Her shoulders are, of course, super jointed here. They've got a ball joint there, and then a universal joint here where the actual arm comes to the top, so you can get arm back and forward motion, up and down, and get a lot of nice range out of that. The elbows are nice deep bends there, and of course the hands themselves are wrist swivels and rockers with that universal hinge. She does have a hand that can hold her little staff here. She, of course, has a, we'll call it an upper torso crunch, so she can, like, bend there. And, of course, she's got a waist swivel. Well, it's all basically taking place up at this upper torso joint. And I'm pretty sure there's another one here as well, down at the hips. It feels like there is, but it's all kind of buried in this big pile of like skirts and belts and things like that. So it can be a little hard to access, and it does kind of get impeded a little bit. But you do get plenty of motion out of this upper torso joint, so it really does compensate for that. The legs, of course, are standard Figma legs. They are ball jointed at the hip, and they have a swivel here. I apologize if this seems a little bit naughty, but it's just it's a plastic action figure. There's nothing going on here. Everybody get over themselves. So you can get those legs up very nicely and out to the side as well, but you are going to get a little bit impeded by the skirt pieces. You get it out to the side like so, and then you get that nice deep knee bend again, but it does have the Figma joint kind of exposed, so if you want that changed out, you can just switch out for the other leg bit. But once you have the knee extended, it covers over all that joint, and it looks pretty nice altogether. You've got obvious rotation at, basically everywhere there's a joint, there's also a rotation point. You got rotation at the foot. It is a little bit blocked just by all of the cuffs and everything, so you got that going on, but you do get some rocking here in the legs as well. Along the back, you can see she does have these little cape pieces here, and they are just kind of permanently out to the back. They don't really rest. They're not really posable in any way. I mean, you can rock these up and down if you so desire, but they're all attached here at the front, excuse me, and they are on a pin that kind of goes into her back, but in order to remove the cape here, I believe you'd also have to remove the shoulder pieces and remove this front piece, and I'm not sure if this is actually meant to be removed or if it's kind of glued into place or not. I haven't tried to remove it, and I don't really wish to do so. You can change out her hands, of course, and you do that just by popping the hand right off. And you've got your selection of hands here, so you do get all different kinds of hands. You get a couple of victory poses. You get a hand that's just kind of naturally opened. You can do a right-handed staff holding hand as well, and a fist, and just all kinds of different hands here. So we'll just go ahead and put her, I guess, natural hand, I guess relaxed posed hand in there. so she can just kind of float around like that. And of course, she also has replaceable facial expressions, and to do that, we're just going to pop her hat off and her hair, and you can see she's got her face right under there. So we'll go ahead and slide that right off. And you've got a couple options here. You've got the winking, smiling face that you just saw. And we'll just dump all this out here. You've got a very kind of standard straight ahead neutral face. And a kind of looking off to the side, sort of smirking face. So we'll actually switch out for the kind of smirking face for now, I guess. And just the hair goes right back on. And you can see it looks cute as a button. And then you just put the hat back on as best you can. There you go. And you can have her hold her helmet on or whatever you want to do. Just got to jam that arm up a little bit. Pose our arm back. We'll get the leg out here. We'll get this leg back. And we'll just put this leg forward a little bit here. Let's get the Figma stand to get into her back. And that's kind of the biggest problem that I've encountered, is actually getting this little Figma peg into her back. It does not want to really sit in there very tight, and I don't know if I'm just not getting the angle correct, but I don't want to try and force it too much because I don't want to snap the peg at all. But that should do. And then there you go. You've got yourself a dark magician girl. Let's just get that up a little bit there. And I might end up switching out that arm for her staff, but yeah, I mean, I think it's another really nice figure. I think they did a great job with it. You do get alternative legs for both sides, so you can also have, you know, both legs really close up like that, should you so desire. Yeah, I think it's a really, really nice piece, and I really hope they do more of these Yu-Gi-Oh characters, either more card characters or more like more of the anime characters like Kaiba or even Joey, or any of those kind of guys, because I think they'd be pretty cool to have on display. So yeah, very, very cool. Liking the Dark Magician Girl, super cute, and a lot of accessories and just a lot of fun. So that is going to do it for this episode, this review, guys. I want to thank you so very much for watching, as always. If you enjoyed the review, please hit that like button. It really does help me out. And of course, subscribe if you want to see more. I'll have more Figma coming as soon as I get some more. But in the meantime, check out some of my other videos, Zoids, and all that cool stuff. So I'll see you guys then. Thanks again for watching. Bye for now.